Well, good evening, everyone. On behalf of Governor Jay Inslee, Dr. Francisco Velasquez, and Mark Richard of the Downtown Spokane Partnership, I am Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the Pavilion Event Center in Riverfront Park for this very exciting day and announcement. We are so pleased that you can join us today in celebration of a resilient community, recognition of the many, many hometown heroes, some of whom are here today, and we're very, very thankful that they could be here, and also in honor of our friends and loved ones who have lost their lives over the past 15 very difficult months. Let today be a celebration of their lives and of our community turning an important corner toward our recovery physically, economically, and perhaps even most importantly, mentally and emotionally. In just a minute here, Governor Inslee will join me on the stage. We are excited to have him here with us today to kick off our celebration and also to cap off a statewide reopening. The governor was on the west side, of course, earlier today, and we are grateful that he was able to travel to Eastern Washington. And we've seen a lot of our governor in the past 6 months or so, so we're grateful for every visit that he's able to make here and have him in Spokane to help us headline this event. So please welcome Governor Jay Inslee.
Thanks, Madam Mayor, and congratulations to your leadership. It is a joy to be here on behalf of 7 million Washingtonians to say that Eastern Washington is back, Central Washington is back, Western Washington is back, Tacoma is back, and Spokane is back today. And I'm overjoyed to be able to say that. We're back in our restaurants. We're back in our restaurants tonight, 100%. We're going to be back with Death Cab for Cutie in this beautiful facility. We're back in our theaters. We're back enjoying our backyard barbecues. Most importantly for me, we are back with the highest place for human civilization, and that's Hoop Fest. So I am so happy to see Hoop Fest coming back to Spokane this fall. And we know why we are able to be back. It is because the heroism, the professionalism of folks, the people who have been committed to their neighborhoods. It's because of the nurses who worked overtime in difficult conditions. It's because of the grocery store workers who stood there every day while exposed to this virus, doing their duty day after day. It's because of the agricultural workers out in our field who are out there today in this incredible heat, taking care of us. It's about the folks who've been teachers to go into the classroom even when they were remote, to do everything they possibly could to get these kids in a remote situation to have an educational opportunity. I've been here 70 years in the state of Washington. These have been the most difficult year for Washingtonians, but it has been the most impressive year for Washingtonians, all up and down. And the thing that I won't be able to mention by name today is it's the 10,000 acts of human kindness that kept us going throughout this difficult year. It's the people who helped shop for their senior citizen. It's somebody who provided child care for their niece or nephew or neighbor's kid to help them through this difficult time. We know in Washington, when we pull together, we get there together, and we are here together today, reopening Spokane, and I'm excited to do it. Now, there's some other folks I want to mention that have had a difficult year. The business leaders, the business owners, and their employees who've done everything they can to keep their businesses alive. And I want to honor them for what they have done to keep their employment going in difficult situations. We know it's been tough. That's why I'm glad that we've been able to do $1 billion+ of help for businesses and landlords to help our economy thrive. And now we are coming back ready to take off. And congratulations to the Washington State Legislature that has such a tremendous leadership corps from Spokane, of Senator Billig and Representative Ormsby and Riccelli, and our Director of Commerce, Lisa Brown. Let's have a round of applause for the Spokane leaders that you've lent to the state of Washington. I appreciate what you guys have done. It was their providing businesses a lifeline through this difficult situation that has kept these businesses afloat where now they can thrive again. And we are thriving again. Our economy is as good or better positioned than any other state in the United States. So it's full speed ahead in this regard, and I hope everybody can enjoy it. I hope people know that still getting vaccinations is important. We're not done in this effort. We want to continue to have people get vaccinated so that they can be healthy, because when we're back, we want to be back and stay healthy and save lives as we have done. So congratulations to everyone. Celebrate, enjoy Hoop Fest, and keep shooting. So like I've always said, you don't win if you don't score, and you don't score if you don't shoot. So get the ball to Representative Riccelli, and he'll put it on the hole. Go Hoop Fest, go Spokane. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, Governor. You know, this is the day that we've all been working toward really, really hard, anticipating for a very long time. It has been a difficult and challenging 15 months. But today we celebrate the reopening of our community and returning to life as normal, but with some limitations. It's a day of celebration, of excitement, joy, and also a time to reflect on those who have been through so much during this during this time, and a day of remembrance for those that we've lost. We have reached a major milestone, and that accomplishment cannot be understated. I want to thank all of those who have put others consistently first for the good of their neighbors, their friends, and their loved ones. And there are so many who deserve recognition. First, our hometown heroes who are standing behind me now. We have representatives, educators, and teachers from Stevens Elementary, from our Spokane Fire Department, from our police department and multi-care. They are the ones who have been on the front lines. They are the nurses and the doctors and the police officers and the emergency medical responders. And of course, we have to recognize our businesses and our organizations who also have put public health first. We still have a lot in front of us as we emerge from the lives that we have lived for more than a year, forgoing all the things that we used to celebrate, birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and so many other things that we enjoy doing, all in the interest of public health, gave us a new sense of appreciation for what really is important to us. Yet despite our physical distance, we stayed together. We were tough. We remained resilient, and we persevered. And as we take a collective exhale today and we take our next steps, that's how we recover. We do it together. We are Inland strong. So I'd like to invite Dr. Francisco Velasquez from the Spokane Regional Health District, our public health officer, to come up and say a few words. We call him Dr. V.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Mayor Woodward. Thank you, Governor Inslee. Thanks for saving the best for last. That is cool. I do want to say, though, that the Governor has been here multiple times during the pandemic for education, for community services, for many other things, so we want to say thank you. We appreciate that support. So I am here today having the opportunity to actually say a few words, maybe of thank you, to the many, many, many people that have helped us get to where we are. Today is about what this community has been able to do when we all come together, work together, and stay together. And going forward, we're staying together. I would like to say thank you to our many business, civic, community, education, healthcare, first responders, partners, all of the leaders in the community that made sure that we could deliver on our public health mission as we went through the last 15 months. We did that together, and together we were able to open our businesses again, open all the venues, the MAC, the Symphony, bring our children back to school in an in-person mode, which is very, very important for their mental and behavioral health. Very importantly, I would like to say a special thank you to the about 300 members of the Spokane Regional Health District team, because this has been their singular, unique mission for the last 18 months. In addition to all the work they do, they have been focused on how can we open the businesses? How can we bring people back to school? How can we deliver to the community the entertainment, the options, everything from the parks to the splash parks and everything in between. And they have done that quietly, while at the same time delivering all of the other services that this community not only expects, but deserves. So I do want to say thank you to them today. And I can tell you that we remain committed and activated because, as the governor mentioned, pandemic is not over yet. This is a significant milestone. We got a little bit of work to do going forward. And we are committed as an organization to continue delivering in all of the aspects that we're supposed to deliver for this pandemic and beyond. That's not going to change. We've done that. We'll continue doing that. And we're doing that as of today. If you go out on the streets, you'll see our teams doing a lot of things. A few things that I think I want to call out very specifically that may not be as visible. In addition to all the services, we were out there helping with the testing, more recently helping with the immunizations, and thank you to all of our partners, because together we have achieved that 54% where we're at as of today. And although that is a great number, we as a community are going to hit that 70. And when we hit that 70, then we're going to aim for 80. Why is that? Because that is, this is Spokane, and that's how we roll. We're going to excel. We're going to exceed whatever goals are in front of us, and we'll do that because we're staying together. The vaccine is the best tool we have right now. We've leveraged that tool. Why do I say that? We have prevented people from getting sick. We have prevented people from going to the hospital. We have prevented many deaths. But there is a little bit more to do, and we do have to think about the fall when our kids come back to school, the younger ones. And the vaccine is going to be a very, very, very important tool with that. I want to reminisce for about 10 seconds, if you don't mind. It's been a little bit over 7 months since I took this job. And when I joined, we had about 200 cases per day. And within 4 weeks, we hit our highest number ever, 687 in one day. Today, we're at 24. Great number. We want that number to be 0. That is the goal, and immunization is going to help us achieve that. So together, we will continue working to really manage this pandemic and make it become endemic like many of the other diseases that we work with every single year. So with that, I would like to say thank you. And it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce a friend, colleague, and community partner, the president and CEO of the Downtown Spokane Partnership, Mark Richardson. Mark? No, we can shake hands. We're both equal.
It's legal now to shake hands. Thank you, Dr. V. Yeah, on behalf of the Downtown Spokane Partnership, my board, and 1,300 or so businesses in the downtown area, I just feel really fortunate to be able to share a moment in the podium and to speak on behalf of our business community today. First of all, to thank the governor for this order and allowing us fully back to work and opening the economy and opening our community. You know, obviously this time was devastating to all of us in different ways, both in terms of our mental health, as we talked about, has been talked about, as well as our financial well-being. And I just want to give a huge thanks and a shout out to our entire community, really the entire region, to Spokane. Thank you for going out of your way to support your downtown Spokane. It isn't always easy. It certainly isn't home for many people. Although we do have a growing residential population, but our businesses wouldn't have survived without that support. I also want to thank our business and our property owners. Just the grit and the ingenuity, the creativity and the commitment that they showed to their employees, and then also just showed and demonstrated to all of us in terms of making sure that our community was safe when they came back to work or when they came to dine when that was possible, was really truly remarkable. And I think I want to thank them, and I hope that we all take the time to thank them. Governor, as I'm sure you visited many downtowns across the state, you realize that downtowns were, I think, amongst the most hard hit by the COVID pandemic for a variety of reasons. If you think about it, number one, we calculate approximately 60,000 people as our daytime population for downtown Spokane. Most of those are employees. when we think about the two hospitals, our public sector and the private sector. So when you eliminate 80% or more of those from the downtown economy and the ecosystem, and then we pull out conventions and we pull out events, and then we're no longer seeing tourists in the downtown area, needless to say, downtown Spokane we were not free from that challenge and struggle through the pandemic. But, as mentioned, this is a time to celebrate, and downtown Spokane is so grateful, and we're ready for you. We did lose, we calculate right now approximately 35 businesses during the pandemic. But again, so mind-blowing to me and so fortunate for us and our community. We've had 11 new businesses open in the middle of this pandemic, which I find absolutely remarkable. So downtown, we have so many amazing things. We have this iconic park with this phenomenal new addition to the park that the mayor and the city just completed in the council. We even have a new fly fishing guide that's providing tours just below the dam. We have all kinds of new events that are happening, and we've refreshed some of our events. First Friday is going to have a new look to it, and events that are family-friendly as well as for everyone. So we really want to welcome the community back to downtown Spokane. To our employers and to our employees, it's our opinion that the workplace is the epicenter of collaboration, of innovation, and of ideation. And frankly, I've lived here my whole life. I've traveled a little bit, but I can't think of a better place on the planet than to call home and to call a place to work than in downtown Spokane with this kind of a backdrop. Downtown has the culture, it has the amenities, it has this park that make really one of the best places to work. We welcome our tens of thousands of employees back to a reunion of sorts for your neighborhood away from home. We invite you all, both visitor guests as well as our employees, to connect with for our employees, connect with your colleagues, strategize over coffee, catch a show, check out our refreshed events, and then again, bring the whole family down. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised at what is new and what is innovative and what is happening in downtown. With these intentional acts, this is what got us through this pandemic, our whole community rising to the occasion to support each other, the business community rising to support their neighbor and their competitor. But with these intentional acts, we are certain that we will continue to thrive and to grow and prosper as one of the most beautiful downtowns on the planet. And so, Governor, again, thank you for this. It is a time for celebration. I want to thank all of our hardworking first responders as well. And now I will turn it back to the mayor. Mayor.
Well, thank you everyone for coming today, and thank you, Governor, again for being here. We're so glad that you were able to make it across the state to celebrate with us in Spokane. And I just want to thank everybody. Keep doing what you need to do. Get vaccinated, stay strong, stay healthy. This is a small celebration. We had to bring it indoors because of the heat wave. But we're going to party. We're going to have a big celebration. Brian's going to help me plan it. And we're going to let you know the details as soon as they're decided. So thanks everyone for coming.